Hey, Jess, sit down. Let's have a conversation.
Thanks.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, everyone. I'm here with Howard Glasser, the
Hi.
creator of the Nurture Heart Approach. And so
I'm here with Jess Kirsten, the Chief Executive Order, the Chief Executive Officer of the Nurtured Heart Institute.
So I'm going to try this for a post. And I'm just going to throw this out there, Howie. One aspect of the Nurtured Heart Approach, you can name any of them, and how it applies to what's going on for you right now.
Okay. There are 3 stands, and stand 1 is the one that's kind of pinging me right now. Stand 1 is not giving energy to negativity, but it's not pretending that I don't have negativity. So for me, stand 1 is finding that balance of dancing with whatever is slapping me in the face or wanting to harvest some anger, watch the news, get outraged, some sadness, whatever it is. I don't want to make believe that's not happening. I want to feel it. In fact, I want to feel it deeply, but I want to be ever more resolute that I don't want to hang out there. I just want to be in that sensation, emotion, that thought long enough to harvest it, to make use of it. And, I'm struggling with that right now. I mean, I've been good at this at times, and I've been bad at this at times, and I'm kind of in a new liminality of, like, there's another level being revealed to me, and it's not coming easy to me, and I haven't had the governance that I want, where I'm either making really full use of it, the energy, so I could use the energy as a grow point. I want to use it to grow purposefully. I could see something's like telling me that, I'm lacking in something, and it feels hurt, and I want to use that ping to alert me as a breadcrumb to what it is that I want to grow, like in terms of I'm the greatness of more compassion than ever,
Right.
more empathy than ever. So I want to get freaking good at this.
So do you want to get really vulnerable? And is there a no on your plate right now that you're talking about something that's like alive for you? Like there's a no that you're kind of struggling with?
What came immediately is like questioning how real I am, questioning just how honest I am with myself. Knowing I have a ton of blind spots, and knowing that I could be more vulnerable if I wanted to. Do I really want to be raw in like friendships, in community, with new people I meet? I mean, I feel like I do a decent job, but we're hanging out this week at a retreat with Michael Franti, and he's just lost his adoptive mom and his biological mom, and he's been raw with us, and I could see so vividly. He may not language it the same way as we do. He may not think about it, in the same exact framework, but it's so parallel that he uses. He feels things infinitely more deeply than I do, in a real-time way, and is open about it, and then he makes use of it in his music and in his inspirational things that he does. Okay, that's it. I'm done.
I just like that. I mean, I'll just go one more level,
Okay.
or one more kind of like reflection back is,
okay.
So if I'm hearing you right, the struggle is around not giving yourself a bunch of relationship or beating yourself up for long term around however much you are or aren't connecting with people. That the no that you're working with is not relating to yourself around how good you're doing right now.
Right.
It's you recognize that you might recognize in a moment, I wish I was more capable of connecting quicker, but you're not beating yourself up. You're not giving yourself relationship there. That's the no you're kind of struggling with because it's so real for you.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I don't automatically assume. I'm not, it's a trust issue too. I want to be more trusting, so I can use that energy right now and say,
I have trust issues
I
too.
am the greatness. I am the greatness of trust. Okay, I want to build that muscle. So this is a workout, and part of the trust issue is I'm meeting a new person. We're here at a retreat. How capable are they of hearing what I say or wanting to hear what I have to say? Or, I'm thinking of, of some people, I golf with, and like it would be like talking to a fence post.
Right.
They do not, they not only don't want to hear what I have to say, but they would like recoil and they wouldn't have the skill set.
The golf game would end early.
The golf game would end early. So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I just wanted to know if I heard that right. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for that third level.
Third level.
that was good. I hope my golf friends are watching.
Edit that out. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, and some of them, like few and far between, can have like a real conversation. And I could totally understand that some people don't want to mix, talking about careers while you're,
Sure.
you're walking down the fairway, or they don't want to be bothered by like somebody's raw emotional issue.
Right.
I understand that. But then there's like this, like, is there a time and place and capability?
Capability. That's what I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to beat a dead horse.
Right on. Well, it's going to be extra long. I'll give you one, and then that people can enjoy.
Can I ask you the question?
Longer conversation. You can.
What's the aspect of the nurture approach that's pinging for you?
I'll pick one before I decide if it applies to my world right now, and then I'll see how it applies. Okay. That'll be a fun game. Like pick it out of the hat. So if
we
energetically, we'll do that. We'll use a real hat next time. Okay. I'm going to use my energetic hat right now and just go the first one that pops into my mind, and it's the one that I was trying to avoid. Perfect. It's molecules to miracles.
Okay.
Molecules to miracles. So.
What do you have to say?
How does that currently apply? My wobbly adventure today is around some idea that I had this morning around, what if I could forget that I'm here when I'm talking to somebody, be so present that I don't bring myself into the equation. And is that even a good idea? Because then how do I relate? So anyways, so molecules to miracles. I have had moments today where I felt like I was connecting with someone and I had no part of myself projected into what I was hearing. I was able to just be in an experience of that person all by itself, without any past, without any judgment of them, without any expectations of, isn't it cool that I'm listening to you and don't you want to hear me next? And none of that stuff happened for brief moments. And so molecules to miracles is, look, I'm already capable. Look, I have that skill. I've had that experience today. And I don't know the whole deal yet, but I know that I have taken a step forward in exploring what that could mean, and if it will serve both people long term. So that helps me see the at least in this context of talking to you, the greatness of connecting to people and getting out of the way when I connect with people. I can have that greatness.
Yeah. So you're applying miracles to molecules. Let me give a context.
Making mountains out of
I
molehills.
grew up in a neighborhood where people had this crazy great skill of making mountains out of molehills. You could take a little bit of something wrong and blow it up like there's no tomorrow.
Like
it
we
seemed
all
like
do.
Everybody around had that
Yeah.
skill. And at some point, it just like hit me like a ton of bricks. Why throw the baby out with the bathwater? There's a skill there. Can we take a few pixels of what's going on in the right direction and then use that as an expansive way to say what you just said? Wow, I am already good at what I wanted. I already have a part in that conversation. I had a vision of wouldn't it be interesting to get out of the way, to the extent that I'm not even projecting myself onto the other person. What's that like? And then it dawned on you, oh, there was a portion of the picture where you went, oh, I'm already doing that. I have that creativity. I have that presence. I have that availability. I have that openness. And that's the next thing I want to talk about, because it somewhere in the the workshops of the day, I wondered where I stood with judging people poorly versus judging people well. And the truth is, I realize, and that's part of the nurtured heart approach. It doesn't have a name in a like a headline, but I realized that at any given moment, it's a choice. And I've given lip service to that, and it's been meaningful to me. But truly, we're in a room of 40 people we don't know. Josh and I know each other, but we really don't know anybody else.
No, 38 others are strangers.
And at any given time, the truth seems to be that I could hold a high standard to people and see them in an unfavorable light.
Yeah.
And hold them like categorically diminish them.
Right.
In my heart, mind.
Yeah. Oh, you're one of those people that does this.
Right. Or whatever story. It doesn't matter. There's a story. and like, to me, the gig is, can I judge people? If I could choose that, can I kind of like a light switch be able, like, if it's a given that I am judgmental, period. Whatever that expression is end of story. I am judgmental no matter what. Can I use that judgmental nature well to judge people in greatness? And I turned that river on little bit by little bit today, because it scared me for a while this morning. Like, oh fuck, I'm back.
Here I go again.
I'm back to square one in my
seeing greatness in people.
But now I have a little more. I have a little more sense of humor in it. Like, it's never hit me like a demolition ball that, and maybe that's a good image, that, like, oh goodness, I am stuck with being judgmental. Period. I'd love to hear what you have to say about that.
Yeah, well, and I just liked, it's similar to miracles to molecules in that it's mountains to molehills. Let's not get rid of that. Let's use that to our advantage. Yeah. If I'm going to be judgmental, and the funny thing about being judgmental is when we're judgmental about what we think is wrong and we're categorizing people, we're making that shit up too. So if we're already making up stories,
it's neither is true.
But yeah, that's the funny part. So it's like we're so convinced, well, you're going to be all fake because you're judging them in greatness. Well, you're being fake when you're judging them in favorably too.
Right.
You're just basing it on stories of your past experience that were stories anyway.
That person is 2 extra pounds on them. I'm gonna diminish them categorically because they.
Like you told stories to get to the story that you're telling now anyway.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild.
And we're willing to accept that as more real. So yay, good. I'm happy that I am already telling lies. I'm going to start telling good lies. My life is a lie. I'm just in a great one.
That just is mind blowing to me. And you know what this nurtured heart approach thing is all about anyway, is flipping scripts anyway.
Right.
I mean, it's the, like the, I was telling somebody at lunch, this preposterous thing that, like here's this loving parent who's trying so hard to convince their adolescent, teenager, little one, to do the right thing. I need you to be more respectful. It's such an important quality. And they're harping on it and they're getting so worked up. And the kid's studying them and drinking in this energetic impression. Oh, mom seems to, she wants me to be respectful, but she basically never says a word when I am respectful. But as soon as I'm disrespectful, she hangs out with me. She has so much to say. She leans in. She gives me 10 minutes of the gift of her, and they start forming an impression. They get more out of life through negativity. And what we're doing by way of the 3 stances, we're proving first and foremost by stand 1, that's not true. I'm not doing that anymore. And then the next burden of proof is on stand 2, is like I'm going to go out of my way to see when the problem isn't happening. I'm not just going to land when you are being disrespectful and have you think that I love disrespect. I'm going to be very, 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 very purposeful in seeing you when, oh, by the way, Josh, you are being really attuned and you're asking me great questions, and every time I look over, even with your sunglasses, I'm seeing how wildly involved you are in this conversation, and that to me is like the best kind of respect. That's such meaningful respect. You're the greatness of being respectful. So can we do that with our friends, family, kids, and then, of course, then the dilemma of when the line's crossed, because lines are going to be crossed, Like if we have a rule, if we care about respect and we have a rule, so be it. Like no disrespect, we need a way of just remarkably, incisively going, reset, unplugging, and then coming back. The moment the problem isn't happening, saying, guess what? You've done your consequence. It's over. Thanks for resetting. Now you're being respectful.
Because the burden of proof is on you to show back up when it's not there.
Yes.
And it's not on me to get through an apology and somehow repair something with you, which just brings us back to negative relationship.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is the nature of nurtured heart approach anyway, is this
script flipping.
Script flipping.
Right on. Maybe that's the title of this. Script flipping with Howard Glasser.
And Josh Garrison.
Bye, everyone.